Are you visiting our channel for the first time? Then click subscribe and hit that thumbs up below the video. Join us for more videos like this. What comes to mind when you hear the word change? Are you fearful? Excited? Does your blood run cold, or do you hear yourself saying, "I like things just the way they are"? Is change the other dirty word? Most of us find change hard, not necessarily because we do not want to change, but because it is sailing into the unknown. Who knows what is going to be around the next bend in the road? We are most likely to rail against changes that are going to have an adverse effect on our lives. It's easy to see why someone would be upset if they lost their job. It is one of those unexpected changes in life, just something that changes without our control. One thing we didn't see coming, one that we were not prepared for. It is natural to be resistant, be angry, or very scared as you travel into the mysterious future without the security that was once there. Most people continue on, find a new job, and most times find out that the change turned out to be a good one. Maybe they found an even better job, maybe they found a job that allows them to be with their family more, or they decided to go back to school. Sometimes it's easier to change when you are pushed into a corner. So, if what seems like a negative change can turn out to be a positive, then why is it that people fight making positive changes in their lives as well? Why do we not change things that we do not like in our lives? What makes us procrastinate the changes that could make our lives better? What do we fear? Oftentimes it is the fact that we fear failure, even though it is not consciously known. What if we fail to make our dreams a reality? What happens to that dream then? Is that what you fear? The loss of a dream? Trying and failing? It is natural in human nature to think the worst. Failure would mean the death of a dream. But what if you tried and succeed? It is possible, isn't it? People do it every day, they accomplish their goals, and they reach their dreams. They choose to push past the fear of failure, the fear of losing a dream, and bring into reality what was only a vision in their mind. So, how do we push past the fear, the doubt, and the anxiety of changing our lives for the better, while expecting the worst? What makes us take that leap of faith? Usually, it is a realization that it's just not working anymore. Whether it is a career, a relationship, or even something within themselves. It is evident that there needs to be a change in order to fulfill the yearning to find what is missing in their lives. That is what motivates people to get through the fear of moving forward instead of just towing the status quo. Challenge yourself by stretching your thinking, embracing diverse ideas, and trying new things. Your world will begin to expand, and your confidence will grow. Your dreams will come alive and your possibilities will be endless.
If your goal is to get a better job, then determine what you need to do it. Would having your degree help put you in that better job?
What about improving your skills? By breaking your goals down into steps, it will increase your changes to achieve because you are laying down the foundation on which your goal or dreams can be built on. Without a good foundation, your aspirations might not have the support they need to grow and flourish. Being determined, willing, and committed to change. Change is not an easy course of action. It is the process of breaking old habits and replacing them with better routines that will lead you towards what you want to accomplish. You did not create those old habits overnight. It has been months or years of practice, of them becoming routine to you. Change is not going to happen overnight, it too will take practice. If, for example, you are trying to change the habit of always looking at the negative, then you will have to practice flipping that immediate habit of negative thinking or perception into a positive way of thinking. It takes work, it takes time, and it takes persistence. You will have to remind yourself of what the benefits of maintaining a positive perception will give you. Stay motivated by reminding yourself what accomplishing each step is going to mean to you. Will you be happier? More confident? What will that lead you to? With more confidence, will you be able to be more successful? Will it be a stepping stone to something bigger and better? Will it make changing your life easier? Get the support that you need. Most people let pride stand in their way of asking for help. There has always been and always will be people in our life that shows us examples of overcoming adversity that help us find our personal strength. Surround yourself with people that have accomplished what you are trying to do. Seek out people that uses the skills that you want to develop. Be around people that tend to bring out the best in you. Spend time with people that will not give up on you and will tell you all the reasons that you should not give up on yourself or your dreams. Above all, you have to believe in yourself. Find the strength you need within yourself. Empower yourself to follow that path to life improvement through change. Take it one step at a time. We only need the courage to overcome that fear and to take those steps that will lead to a better future. Tap into your strength. Believe in yourself and in your power to overcome obstacles. It will be a powerful time. Progress is a nice word, but change is its motivator. And change has its enemies. Robert Kennedy. Change does have enemies, and Robert Kennedy knew that truth and paid for it with his blood. Change can be dangerous. That is why our natural instinct is to stay the course, stay put, avoid trying something new, leaving well enough alone, being safe, and I could mention another 20 or so excuses. If you are the type that wants to stay in your comfort zone, you will never experience the immense joy that comes from living. In order to succeed, we must take risks, and that means we have to change. Robert Kennedy said this in the context of politics. He referred to making progress as a nation. The only way to make progress as a nation is to change our point of view, to change the way we govern ourselves, to change certain laws that are unfair, and change the way we deal with the bad guys. But his words can apply to any aspect of life, not just politics. In my career as a trainer, I can say that change is the one thing that is needed the most and done the least. I have seen people go way out of their way just to avoid change. I trained adults in job readiness skills. Let me tell you that there were times I couldn't even get an adult to change their seat after 20 minutes of being seated in class. That is how ridiculous we can get about change. We all need to train ourselves to be more open. But it goes further than that. Change is an action word, and that means we need to act if we are going to progress. Change is not a theoretical practice of the mind, it implies real physical movement. For example, we may say that we have changed our attitude towards someone, but unless that is followed up by an action towards that certain person, they are only shallow words. Change means to repent. I instantly scare people away as soon as I say that because of the religious overtones. Well, you can apply this to religion if you like. All I am saying is when someone says to you to repent, it simply means to change what you are doing. Change requires three things. The first is to recognize the need to change. The second is you actually do the action that is required. The third is you maintain the new course of action. Those happen to be the same three things involved in repentance. They say that recognizing that you need to change is half the battle, and that is so true in my experience. The changing part is actually a lot less difficult to do than the first part, which again is recognizing that you need to change. The final part is easy. It just requires that you keep on doing the new action over and over again. The second part in the middle means you must turn around and do something different to prove that what you recognized as needed to be done will be done. Change is empowering no matter how small it is as long as it is positive. Today, why not give change a chance and perform an action that you know needs to be done in your life? You will be gratified and empowered when you do it.
Every person tries to clean clutter from their homes at least twice a year. We call it spring cleaning, or fall cleaning, which is done before Christmas. Regardless of when you do it, you know how hard it is to part with sentimental junk that you have collected over the years. We all have some kind of memories attached to articles from the past that we keep. We hold onto these things and have a hard time getting rid of them, things like a romantic card, a child's first drawing or project, letters from an old boyfriend, pictures without dates. I have boxes of these kinds of memories and want to be able to separate from them, but sometimes find that I spend more time looking through them to decide what to get rid of than I actually do discarding them. When we spring clean our belongings with memories, it becomes a very big chore. It is a necessary chore that allows us to have more space, light and energy in our home and ultimately in our life. We must then approach it as a chore, or any activity that we expend energy and time and prepare ourselves for a pretty big task. We need to take a deep breath, inhaling good energy. As we exhale, we want to get rid of any old, stale energy that has us tied down. We want to inhale deeply, filling our lungs and mind with cleansing energy and oxygen, telling ourselves that this task will bring us a renewed spirit. As we exhale, we need to acknowledge the chains that bind us to all the memorabilia that we have collected over time. As we think of the job at hand, we need to inhale clarity, so we can exhale clutter. We need to breathe in calmness so we can exhale emotional disarray. While thinking of all the possibilities of more space and light and energy we will have when we are finished with cleaning the clutter of our lives, we can exhale what stands in our way. We can have order in our lives by claiming the space and the light we deserve by eliminating the emotional clutter in our homes. Once we are in state of relaxation, as we continue to breathe in fresh, new air and exhale tensions and stress, we begin to realize that our lives and homes have become less a place of relaxation than a place filled with memories, conflict and worries. We begin to sense that the memories that we have held onto have taken our freedom away by filling our spaces with clutter, so we have a hard time making new memories. When we decide to clear the clutter of our lives, we are choosing to let go of the old and embrace the new. There becomes a sense of hope and joyous feeling that our spirits will be lifted, and our home filled with sunshine, brightness and positive energy again. It is as if we can finally realize that all the old stuff we have been hanging on to is holding back in history. The clutter that has been taking up space in our homes and hearts has kept us from moving forward. As we finish this deep breathing exercise, we have begun the act of cleaning our closets, attics and minds of the clutter we have collected. With a renewed sense of wanting order and space in our homes, we can begin the task of getting rid of history that will not be important to anyone after we are gone from this earth. In order to clear out the excess, the clutter, the stored memorabilia, we need to ask ourselves certain questions. As we look at each item, we must limit our time to 1 minute to decide its value when we ask the questions. There are 3 ways to get rid of clutter: toss it, donate it or keep it. The items you keep should only be 10% of what you have to discard. As you go through everything, the questions to ask yourself should be, what does this item mean to me? How does it make me feel when I look at it? Is it holding me in the past? Is it as important to someone else as it is to me? If you determine an item too valuable to part with, then be grateful that you have it. When you determine which things won't be important to others after you're gone, then donate them or toss them. After you have cleared out 99% of the clutter, look around your home and acknowledge all the extra room you have and how much lighter and brighter your surroundings seem to be. Don't you feel liberated, free and more energetic? Congratulate yourself for a job well done and then move on. You can do this every time you feel overwhelmed by the clutter in your life. Goals must be set in advance. Determine your direction accordingly. When you consider setting goals in your life, you are much like the captain of a ship. You have the vast area of the sea of your life before you. You have the ship of your abilities, potentials and desires to carry you to your destination of your purpose or goal target. A captain considering a navigational chart knows there are many routes to his destination. It is his prerogative to choose which he will travel, then to plot the course, moving from port to port until his voyage is completed. Just as the captain charts his course to a planned destination, you also determine the direction of your life by the goals you choose. Goals should be realistic and attainable. The difficulty of a goal is not a deterring factor as long as the goal is practical. Choose goals that are in the realm of the attainable for you. Goals should be concrete and measurable. The success of any expedition depends on the knowledge and provision of exact amounts of supplies, miles and method of travel and intermediate destinations along the route. These are definite, measurable substances that can be calculated and achieved while contemplating the overall magnitude of an extended journey into regions not traveled before. You should actually be able to plan the methods of accomplishment in detail for the goals on your route, aiming toward a definite result. Then, in retrospect, you will be able to say, this is what I did, this is how I did it. Goals should be extended to cover a given timetable. The captain has predetermined his scheduled time of arrival at each port. In planning your goals, schedule a timetable for the completion of each one. This will keep you moving and prevent being becalmed by periods of inactivity. A time schedule will help you use your time wisely and assure a proper time allotment to each goal-sectioned leg of your journey. Goals should be flexible and changeable. Whether we are sailing the ocean to a distant city or advancing on the thoroughfare of life, we are not always able to control the environment around us. Unforeseen winds and currents may cause turbulence and heavy seas that oppose our progress. Because our schedule has been temporarily thwarted, we should not give up in defeat and abandon our plans. There are many routes that ultimately arrive at the same objective. If you cannot continue your journey on your present route, choose an alternate one. Flexible goals will enable you to always keep moving toward your goal target. Goals should be set in advance. There is no substitute for planning. The practice of planning your work and then working your plan is a proven theorem of action. Many people spend more time planning a vacation than they do planning their lives. Know your goal target, plan each stage of your journey before you begin, and your reward will be continual progress and the satisfaction and elation of achievement. Goals should be committed to the end result without looking back. Farmers know that they cannot put their hand to the plow and look back and plow a straight furrow. High-wire performers know the only way to successfully complete their hazardous walk on the thin lifeline of their profession is to keep their eyes on their destination and not look back. Whether the path you have chosen to your final goal is as precarious as that of a high-wire performer or on the solid ground of a tiller of the soil, the criteria for successfully reaching your destination is to keep your feet moving forward on your mission and never lose sight of that which you are traveling toward. To achieve greatness, do not take your eyes off worthwhile goals. In the daily currents of life as you move from goal to goal, remember always to practice the do's in life. Don'ts seems to present themselves in such a way that they are easier to find, and even more so, to practice. By drawing the full measure of meaning out of each positive element in your life, you automatically eliminate the negative overpowering of the don'ts. Are you on YouTube all the time? We are the Chari TeeVee Team YouTube channel. We are a film, video distribution medium. And we create online video content. We just love making videos. And thanks to the YouTube platform, we have access to a video sharing service that allows users to watch videos posted by other users and upload videos of their own. When you subscribe to our channel, you can look forward to content on various topics like home care, health, motivational, body and wellness, recreational, and just random ideas that are useful and worthy to share by everyone. Our goal is to upload videos every single day for the entire 2020. It's a very challenging feat, but we know it can be done. Confucius said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." If this is your first time to watch our video, click the subscribe button and join us in our journey. Make sure to smash that bell thingy as well to get you notified of our latest content. Thanks for watching.